Hello, everybody. I'm Russ Salvatore.
And I'm Jan Farrington, and this is Come Dine With Me, Western New York. We're so glad you're joining us this morning. We are brought in part to you by Artisan Kitchens and Baths, Key Video Productions, and of course, Russell's Steaks, Chops, and more. It's great to be here with you, Russ, this morning. You know, another great season, our 4th consecutive season.
I can't believe it. Where'd all the time go? 4 years we've been doing this, Jan, and it's amazing. I look at you, you keep getting more beautiful, and I keep getting older. I'm like a bad bottle of wine going bad, right?
That's not true. You never age, Russell Salvatore. You know, we have a lot of exciting things for the next 26 weeks. We have some new restaurants that we're going to introduce our viewers to.
We have some new chefs that we're going to be introducing.
Exactly, and we have our old favorites. They're going to be back with us. And you know what? The chefs are going to teach us how to prepare their same signature dishes that we can make at home.
Sounds great, Jan. Also on today's program, you'll meet a local chef who continues to fight with everything he's got to help raise money to battle Lou Gehrig's disease, an illness that is threatening his own life.
And later on in our kitchen invasion, Chef Marco is with Amelia and Newell Nussbaumer, along with Chef Martin Danowitz of Martin Cooks. And if you're getting ready to tailgate at the Ralph or you're at home, Chef Art Christie has got a great recipe you've just got to try.
Big game today, Jan. It's the home opener. Bills against the Patriots. What's your prediction?
Oh, Russ, my predictions have been terrible over the past couple seasons. But I do know that the game is sold out. So
Well, you know, if the game is sold out, I have 403-inch TVs that it's like sitting at a ball game. You're welcome to come out here, complimentary buffet, and enjoy yourself here.
Oh, that sounds perfect. 1, 2, 3, 4. There's not a bad seat in the house.
No, all on the 50-yard line.
Perfect. So let's get things started with this week's edition of Sizzlin' on the Gridiron.
Here we are back at Sizzling on the Gridiron. I'm here with Pro Bowler Steve Tasker, number 89, Buffalo Bills. Welcome. It's going to be a pleasure cooking with you today.
Thanks for having me, man. I'm excited to be here.
Yeah, today we're going to be making a nice little seafood Cinzano. So, an Italian dish. Cinzano, yeah, you know. So,
okay.
Let's get started because we got to get our pasta rolling.
Good stuff.
Okay, we're going to use a little farfalle pasta today.
Was that bow tie pasta for
bow tie?
People who aren't Italian?
Yeah. All right, we're going to get started here. Using a little olive oil.
Looks like you got 10 or 12 ingredients there.
A lot of ingredients in this dish, but it goes very, very quickly today. You know, just time to cook the scallops and the shrimp, and we'll be ready. Nice fresh garlic. You like garlic?
I do like garlic.
Okay,
yeah.
Since you're going to be tasting this later, you know, let's put a little bit more in.
There you go.
More. All right,
perfect.
Great. Okay. We'll throw in a little bit of red onion.
All right.
Now look at these.
Scallops?
Look at the size of those scallops.
Wow,
huh?
that's
Nice big scallops there. Put those in. Some nice shrimp. I hope you're hungry.
There we go. Yeah, this is looking better and better now.
So, you know, Steve, I got to tell you, it seemed like most of your career you were always considered like a small football player. But
Right,
you have a big
right.
family.
Well, I showed up in Buffalo. I mean, it was just my wife and I. We were newlyweds. We got picked up off waivers. Actually, Marv Levy's first game as head coach turned out to be my first game as a player. And so it was my career mirrored Marv's. When I first got here, I was the first player Marv signed after he got the head coaching job. And then when I retired, 2 or 3 months later, Marv retired. And I tease him now that he couldn't go on without me. So, you know, it was 11 and a half years. It was a blast.
Wow.
It couldn't have been better. But yeah, my wife
As
and I
a fan
came
and
here.
spectator, I enjoyed it.
Yeah,
and I
yeah.
still enjoy it.
Well, my wife and I showed up here as newlyweds, and now, you know, during the time I played, when I retired, we had 4 children and we're pregnant with our 5th. So Buffalo's been really good to us. Yeah. Yeah. And it's become home now.
Yeah.
My kids, it's home for my kids. They're all Buffalonians and Western New Yorkers. So
Right.
we're lifers.
All right, we're going to finish this off here a little bit. All right, we're going to add some fresh diced Roma tomatoes,
Okay.
fresh sliced black olives.
It really looks beautiful when you start putting all the red onions and
Yeah, I was just going to say, you know, I try to keep
olives.
things colorful and same thing, keeping in mind the flavor profile.
Yeah,
So,
yeah, it's great.
and we're going to do just a little bit of chicken stock. And next, we're going to finish off with the little scallions.
All right.
We're going to finish it off a little Romano cheese, and then our pasta.
Oh yeah, you can taste it all. The garlic, everything, it's awesome. That's why I love coming to the restaurant, man. This is the kind of thing I love.
It was a pleasure cooking with you, Steve.
Whether you're in the market to purchase a new fence, railing, or deck, call the Vinyl Outlet today.
Coming up, it's our first kitchen invasion of the season. And it's almost game time. We're up against the Patriots in about an hour. Plenty of time to make this quick and easy dish.
It's football season again, and you know what that means? That means tailgating and good food. We're all trying to impress our friends and our family at our tailgates, see who can put on the better show. This is something I think you'll have a lot of fun with. This is a Manchego stuffed pork burger. Outstanding, simple to do. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to get a small little food processor, and we're going to add a little bit of oil, about maybe 2 tablespoons of just regular vegetable oil. We'll add a little bit of fresh ground pepper and a little bit of coarse ground sea salt. I have some chopped Manzanella olives, about 1/4 cup. We're going to take some fresh chopped garlic. Always use fresh chopped garlic, and you can never have too much of it. I have about 1 tablespoon of oregano. We have some hot, dark chili powder. Smoked paprika. This really adds a whole different element to the dish. We're going to have some coriander, a little bit of ground cumin, and some allspice. We're going to take our food processor, and we're just going to grind that up till it's almost like a little bit of a paste. Just about like that. Now that our spices are all blended, we're going to add it to our pork. So we're going to take about 1.25 pounds of coarse ground pork. Again, you can add turkey, you can add chicken, you can add bison, you can add ground beef, you can add anything you like. I happen to like the pork. It really works well with this blend of seasonings. We're going to take our mixture that we have, and we're going to add that to our pork. See, it's kind of a paste. That's what we want. To that, we're going to add about 3 tablespoons of mayonnaise. And then the part that I like the best. This is where I'm able to actually mush this all together. And this smells absolutely unbelievable. Now what we're going to do is we're going to form our patty. We're going to take our mixture. I like a nice thick burger, maybe about 4 ounces or so, bigger if you like. And after we get our patty formed, we're going to take our Manchego cheese. And to this, we're going to actually stuff this inside the burger, which then, as it cooks, it'll melt right into it. We're going to take a little bit of oil, add it to the fry pan, get it nice and hot. Always want to start with a hot pan. This will sear in the juices to the product. We're going to lay it on the top, and we're just going to cook that. Always make sure that you cook your products to 160 degrees internal temperature. Otherwise, you got some bacteria that you don't want to have in your food. Okay, our burger's at our proper temperature that we'd like. We're going to take it out of the pan, put it on our bun. And then you can top it with your favorite ingredients. I happen to like a little lettuce, a couple slices of tomato, and you can't forget the red onion. Oh yeah. And that, my friends, is an awesome tailgate burger. Oh my God, this is amazing. My mother always told me, Art, don't talk with your mouth full. But after eating something like this, you can't help it. At your next tailgate party, make sure you try something like this. I'm Chef Art Christie from Frontier Catering. Come dine with me, Western New York.
This portion of the program was sponsored in part by Buffalo Hotel Supply. Design, deliver, and install. We can do it all. And by Key Video Productions. Television, video, DVD.
At the Vinyl Outlet, our large buying power helps transfer quality and savings onto you. 90% of our product is in stock and ready to go. We custom fabricate every piece of vinyl specifically for your home. We start a job, we finish a job, one customer at a time.
Take advantage of our end of summer sale and save up to 25% off right now. For fence, decks, or railings, there's only one name to remember: the Vinyl Outlet. Trust in the best. Charlie the Barber, where would you like to have dinner tonight?
Well, Russell's, of course.
Be my guest. Let us do the rest.
Today we present the French 75. This cocktail was named after a French gun used during World War I. The 4 ingredients in a French 75 are gin, fresh squeezed lemon juice, simple syrup, which is equal parts water and sugar, and sparkling wine. This drink is presented in a champagne flute. In your shaker, add 1 ounce of gin, 0.5 ounces of simple syrup, and 0.5 ounces of fresh squeezed lemon juice. Add ice and shake vigorously till chilled. Next, strain combined ingredients into a flute glass and top with sparkling wine. Take your channel knife to make a lemon twist. Curl the lemon around the spoon to make a twist. After the twist is added, top your flute off with more sparkling wine. Whether you're having a summer picnic or entertaining for the holidays, the French 75 is the perfect year-round cocktail.
Tomorrow's a very special event. We're here with Kathy Leahy, the ALS director. How are you, Kathy?
I'm great. Thanks for having me.
Daniel Tracy is a dear friend of mine, and he was a very inspiring chef. And even after being stricken with ALS, he continues to inspire by creating the Iron Event. Can you tell us a little bit about ALS?
It's a degenerative disease that breaks down muscle. Most times patients live for about 2 to 5 years with the disease, and it's one in which unfortunately you become a quadriplegic. It's about $200,000 a year for anyone who has the disease. So we're raising funds to help people who can't afford that $200,000 a year.
I believe there are 10 chefs tomorrow evening, and
Great.
they represent the absolute best and most prestigious restaurants in Western New York.
I'm very excited. This is our first year with the event. So Daniel reached out to us and invited us. We're thrilled about it.
So Kathy, I'm very excited to prepare this dish with you today. It's a good showcase of what we do at Oliver's, and it's certainly something that we're going to tie in tomorrow evening at the Iron Event. So right now we're just going to trim up the chicken breast. And the thighs, what we'll do is we'll put a 2-day cure on them, and then we'll slowly confit them or braise them in fat. And I'm going to shred up the meat, and I'm going to make a nice dish with that tomorrow evening. We're going to take this and just gently butterfly it. Make it nice and even here. Okay? As you can see. And now at this stage, what we're going to do is we're just going to lightly season it up with salt and pepper. So now we're going to dredge this in a little bit of flour, egg wash, breadcrumbs, which is an extremely simple technique of breading up a chicken cutlet.
Do you put cheese in the breadcrumbs?
Not in this case.
No.
There are fresh herbs in the breadcrumbs. So we have basil, parsley. Also put a nice zest of lemon in there. So we'll put a little blended oil in the pan. It's 10% olive oil, 90% canola oil. And just a little bit of butter. And a good way to tell when your pan is ready for frying, once the butter breaks down and is melted. So we're just going to lay our chicken cutlets gently into the pan.
Ooh, that looks wonderful. So tomorrow night at the event, will all the chefs be set up in their own stations cooking, and then will they be serving food to the guests?
Tomorrow night at the event, you'll be able to come up and interact actually with me and every other chef right at their station. And you'll be able to try everybody's dish. You'll be able to go and be the judge. So what you decide as the guest the winner is going to be based upon the audience. So now we have our chicken cutlets starting to brown up. We're going to flip them over.
Wow.
So now I'm just going to remove the cutlets from the pan. We'll set it onto a towel, paper towel, or in this case linen. Now we'll give it a little finish seasoning of salt. Okay.
Smells great.
And I'm going to squeeze just a touch of lemon on there.
Beautiful.
Okay. And we put a little bit of basil, fresh herb, Parmigiano Reggiano. So now we're just going to toss a simple salad. These are actually local organic greens. They're grown on the east side of Buffalo in raised beds. So we'll take those, a little bit of English cucumber that we skin and slice up, some shaved red onion, the remainder of the basil, and we're going to put a little bit of red currant tomatoes and little yellow pear tomatoes, which also just got harvested from our organic farm on the east side. And then a simple balsamic vinaigrette of white balsamic and olive oil with some shallot and fresh herbs.
Looks delicious.
Yeah. This is a balsamic reduction. And we'll just arrange the cutlets on the plate. So this dish you can have anytime you want at Oliver's, and that is chicken cutlet Milanese. Have a taste.
Oh, I would love to. It smells wonderful. Oh, I got to get a little sauce. Lennon, that is fantastic.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
And you can all come enjoy wonderful cuisine tomorrow evening at the Iron Event, Pearl Street Bar and Grill. Come dine with me, Western New York.
This portion of the program was sponsored in part by Russell's Steaks, Chops, and More. Be my guest. Let us do the rest. And by Artisan Kitchens and Baths. See, touch, feel, and use our products.
When you think Orazio's, think choices. From authentic Italian and fresh seafood to spectacular specials. When you think Orazio's, think homemade. From fresh bread and desserts to made from scratch pastas. When you think Orazio's, think tradition, with more than 20 years as a Western New York favorite. And when you think Orazio's, think tonight. Orazio's Restaurant. It's not like home, it is home.
Be our guest. Let us do the rest.
Come in for a great time at Alton's. Our extensive menu will surely satisfy everyone. Start your day off with farm fresh eggs, a hearty omelet, or a delicious Belgian waffle. Our famous chicken souvlaki is made fresh to order, as well as all of our mouth-watering burgers, sandwiches, and melts. Try our tempting portobello strip steak topped with balsamic mushrooms, caramelized onions, and melted Asiago cheese, or our shrimp fettuccine with a rich lobster cream sauce. No matter what you choose, you can never go wrong. Alton's, all good.
Welcome back to Come Dine With Me, Western New York. We're sponsored in part by Artisan Kitchens and Baths and Buffalo Hotel Supply. And remember, if you want to learn more about the restaurants you see on our show,
or you saw one of our chefs prepare a special dish that you would like to make on your own, you can find the recipes on our website, Come Dine With Me, WNY.com. Up next, we're paying a visit to the Nest Bomber residence for today's kitchen invasion. And Jan, we have a special guest chef with us.
We sure do, Russ. We're going to be meeting Chef Martin from Martin Cooks, and it's a new restaurant on Connecticut Street. It's in the old Horse Feathers building, but it's been totally renovated, and it's absolutely gorgeous. He has a really interesting concept with this L-shaped bar, but I don't want to give too much away. We're going to go right now with Chef Marco, Chef Martin, and the Nussbaumers. Let's take a look.
We're at the home of Amelia and Newell Nussbaumer today. We're doing something different for our home invasion. I'm working with two great chefs that are going to cook for me. We're going to keep it fresh, we're going to keep it simple. Let's get started. Hey guys.
Hey,
how are you? Good to see you. How you
How's
doing?
it going?
Good. How are you? Hey, buddy.
The greatest thing about what I do for a living is I get to wear a different hat every day. I publish Buffalo Rising, so I'm constantly writing articles and posting photos and going around town and meeting people.
I'm usually out with my husband at an opening or covering a story for Buffalo Rising. I think that Buffalo has the best sense of community. That's why I moved back. I just think that the people are its best asset.
When my wife and I decided that we were going to tackle the last component of the house, which was the kitchen, I think it was actually Rocco Termini who said, have you talked to anybody over at Artisan Kitchens in Bath?
Oh, Derek was absolutely fantastic. He had just absolutely the best solutions for really what is a very, very small space. From putting the pass-through in the wall to our little dog eating station.
I thought that was great. Our dog is our baby. That's a direction that we would like to go.
What better place to go to than Artisan Kitchens and Baths? They have the best quality, they have the best customer service. It was just an amazing experience.
By no stretch of the imagination am I a master chef. Amelia does all the cooking.
Well, I am a cook, and I work at Martin Cooks, and it is a newly opened local restaurant, and I cook mainly vegan and vegetarian food.
Martin Cooks is a 12-seat restaurant. We serve a prefix meal. It's 5 to 7 courses. The menu changes every week. When you call to make a reservation, we ask about your dietary needs, your allergies. You know, if you come in and you're a meat eater and your girlfriend is a vegan, we go way out of our way to accommodate that vegan.
We just want to take care of our customers and give them the best possible experience. It really is something that you really do need to see for yourself.
People go to the grocery store or the market and they look around and they see something and they always go back to what they normally would do with that ingredient.
We have our routines, we have our shopping lists. Throw the lists away and just create a new experience.
We're going to do something a little different today. We're actually going to do a menu based on cauliflower. We're going to head over to the Bidwell Market.
All of these local farmers congregate in one area. Everyone sells something completely different. Fresh honey, tomatoes, blackberries, radishes.
You know, right now, perfectly in season is the most beautiful cauliflower on the planet.
I mean, that stuff was picked this morning and on sale an hour later. You can really taste the difference.
In the middle of summer, we have the best produce in the country, bar none.
You know, keeping it local, keeping it fresh, keeping it real is what Buffalo's all about. I'm in the beautiful home of Amelia and Newell. We're going to do a cauliflower puree. So Amelia's going to show us how to do this. It's really simple.
Cooking does not have to be scary. Literally, you chop up a couple of vegetables, some onions, some garlic, and the cauliflower. You add it to a pot of water, you turn it on, you forget about it for a half an hour.
If you really wanted to, we could have used chicken stock, we could have used a vegetable stock. It might have given it a little bit more flavor, but we really wanted the cauliflower to shine through.
You strain it by just literally getting a slotted spoon.
Now this is hot, and we also don't want any additional water in this. The cauliflower has enough water in it to puree it.
Comes out almost like a mashed potato texture with no cream, no butter, any of that.
And you have such an elegant, sophisticated dish with really, you know, minimal work.
Let's get started on our second dish. We're making tabbouleh, which is actually a little twist on the classic favorite, which is barley and parsley and lemon. But we're going to actually do it with some radishes and some cauliflower.
You get out a box grater, you start grating the cauliflower, you get out a mandolin, you shave the radishes, then you chop up a little bit of cucumber, you pick a little bit of parsley, and then you make this most simple vinaigrette on the planet. Touch of garlic, some lemon, and a touch of oil. Salt and pepper, and you're done.
That was incredible. The texture, the taste, everything about it.
So to finish the dish, we're going to roast off the cauliflower and we're just going to season it really simply. So here I have 1 head of cauliflower that I cut into 4 pieces. Gave it a little wash with some olive oil, salt and pepper, a little lemon juice, and roasted it in the oven at 450 degrees.
You know, working with Martin, him and I had a conversation. Take a steak, throw it on the grill, it's easy. Give somebody a carrot and ask them to do something cool with it. That's where your talent comes in. And he really took it over the top with the cauliflower. It just took a really bland piece of vegetable and turned it into something really neat.
Cooking should be fun. When people come into the restaurant, we have to make sure that there is something crunchy on the plate, something soft on the plate. Things should be texturally very happy in your mouth.
I always love exposing people to new ideas, so I'm so happy that the viewers got a chance to maybe think about when you take things away, you're not limiting yourself, you're actually opening up your taste buds to a totally new, different experience.
I thought it was a lot of fun to be involved with a project like this. You know, that local slant, have somebody that you recognize, a local chef and personality. It was really neat.
This is unbelievable. The flavors, the texture, the creaminess of that puree, the roasted cauliflower, really is a full-size man's meal. Man, they kept it simple. They kept it fresh. I told you today's home invasion was going to be different. Man, I can get used to this. Come dine with me, Western New York. Man, this is just incredible.
Closed captioning provided by
CarStar Relax, we'll take it from here.
We have new information on the most wanted sandwiches in Western New York.
I'll make this brief. These sandwiches were last seen at Marco's Italian Deli. Be on the lookout for Nikki Whispers. Big, beefy, surprisingly sweet. Maria Gumati, a spicy little number. Everyone wants to get their hands on. And the Underboss, notorious and nearly impossible to knock off. If you see these sandwiches, do not, I repeat, do not apprehend them alone. They are extremely tasty. No further questions at this time. Thank you.
Public needs to know.
Seneca Niagara Casino and Hotel, where value meets excitement. With 4,000 of the newest slots and biggest jackpots, 100 action-packed table games, award-winning restaurants, live entertainment, superior guest service, and a players club that makes every visit even more rewarding. Your winning destination, Seneca Niagara Casino and Hotel. Excitement worth sharing.
We're back. First of all, thanks to all the chefs featured on today's program. I want to remind you, when dining out this week, make plans to visit your local restaurants.
And we'll be back here on Channel 7 next week, the same time. We hope you'll join us then. Steve Tasker, he's going to be joining us again, along with a new chef to the program, Gary McHale. He is the executive chef at the Seneca Niagara Casino and Hotel. And Russ, you know Gary, don't you?
Well, I was very fortunate to work with Gary on my birthday party that we had a few months ago. And I'll tell you, he did a fabulous, fabulous job. The casino, everyone that worked over there made me look like a big hero. 1,200 people, the finest dressed people. And if Gary is listening, I just want to say, Gary, thank you and your staff over there for the fine job that you've done.
Oh, it was an over-the-top event. And you know, Chef Gary, we can't wait till the 90th.
Oh, God's almighty. Like I said at the party, I'm looking for a place with a lot of handicap parking, you know.
Stop it. Well, I think with that, we're going to say that's our show for today. For everyone here at Come Dine With Me, Western New York, I'm Jan Farrington.
And I'm Russ Salvatore. Time to stick a fork in it, Jan, because we are done.